Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this Warcraft Rumble dungeon guide, I'm going to take a look at Blackfathom Deeps on an Undead week, and specifically I have a really fun one for you today. It's Sylvanas army getting full golden army at 3.1 levels below the dungeon level. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and obviously it did require a specific relic, which in this case was the Lifesteal relic. The Lifesteal relic really inspired me to build this Sylvanas army. Because in this Sylvanas army, I'm using Necromancer, Skeletons, Shaman, Harpies, Fire Elemental, and Safe Pilot. I've been really trying to figure out what to do with Sylvanas. Sylvanas is unique in having both Undead slots and a Horde slot. And I've tried a bunch of minis in that Horde slot. I played with Stone of Tauren, I played with Batrider, I played with Darkspear Troll. Troll wasn't terrible, Batrider probably one of my favorites. But now that I was offered the Lifesteal relic, that inspired me to do the good old Fire Elemental Shaman, which means that Shaman with Earth Shield is going to give Fire Elemental armored. And then I have a resistant and armored Fire Elemental that also now has Lifesteal because of the relic. I would really want to try this without the relic too. I think it might be good, but with the relic it's just awesome. So that Fire Elemental push, that's going to obliterate boss number 1. That's going to obliterate boss number 3. That leaves only boss number 2 as the question. How do you beat boss number 2? So the roles of all of these minis. Well, Safe Pilot is here mainly for boss number 1. Boss number 1, you still need to kill those Murlocs, because those Murlocs are going to shoot at your base. And they might kill it before Fire Elementals get to kill the boss. So Safe Pilot is excellent doing that. Safe Pilot can also help you really in boss number 2, because you can drop it on Batriders, you can drop it on Drakes. You can even drop it on Gargoyles and then it will keep shooting at a Gargoyle. Gargoyles in boss number 2, those are the real problem. Yeah, I have this super push coming, but what do I do about all the Gargoyles? Well, Necromancer is good against Gargoyles. Harpies, as long as they have the poison talent, they're also good against Gargoyles. So I have a couple of tools now here that can help me beat Gargoyles. Then I have the super push that will obliterate everything, but then there's also Banshees. But I have Skeletons. Skeletons are cheap and they're unbound, and I can drop them on Banshees so that Banshee is going to possess a skeleton. Sometimes when my Fire Elemental is already hitting the boss and then a Banshee spawns, then there is a chance that the Banshee can grab my Fire Elemental, and that's a little bit painful. But as long as I can keep Gargoyles at bay, even that is not the end of the world. And then third boss is just boom, Fire Elementals again. Take the left head, take the tower, go from there. Just your usual stuff. But yeah, this was downright hilarious, and this is what it all looks like in action. Alright, it's time to show this Mrglgrgl the true power of Fire Elementals. Fire Elemental, Shaman, there goes the Earth Shield. Fire Elemental is now armored, and Fire Elemental is resistant. And that Fire Elemental has the Lifesteal from the relic. And then we can just chill and wait to see what happens. I drop a Safe Pilot to take out the Murlocs. I drop some Skeletons. Skeletons have been super fun in this one. They grab a chest for me, so I get some gold from there. I drop Necro because Fire Elemental, I mean, it cannot be killed. But it's going to take it a while to actually kill stuff. So we add Necro to add some firepower there. AI gets to mine with its double kobolds, the infamous double kobolds. The first one is actually free, by the way, it's a map mechanic. That's why there's 2. But anyway, let's do another Fire Elemental. And this Fire Elemental is going to go for the second tower, so we have 1 Fire Elemental up top. Maybe those Murlocs can actually kill the Fire Elemental if it stands there long enough without getting the Lifesteal. So let's use Safe Pilot to kill the Murlocs, and that Fire Elemental. 1 Fire Elemental going for 1 tower, the other Fire Elemental here. It could use a little bit of fire support though. I mean, it is looking a little lonely. What? I mean, just look at them. Fire Elise. They're just going. I'm using Skeletons for the chest again. Getting to mine some gold. Just look at that Fire Elemental. Oh boy. Okay, the tower finally falls. The first Fire Elemental has reached the boss by now. And it's just out there, sitting by the boss, chilling. Well, let's make more. The more Fire Elementals, the merrier. And Fire Elemental is also pretty good against Ogre Mages, by the way. Have you ever noticed? I mean, even without the Lifesteal Relic or anything. Because Ogre Mage can't deal a lot of damage to them because they're resistant. And the first boss is down. Second boss is not as fun. It's much harder. In my first attempt at the second boss, I discovered that a level 22 gargoyle can kill a level 19 base very, 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 very quickly. Well, I mean, I already have a plan on what to do against gargoyles. My plan is to use harpies, and my plan is to use necromancers. And here we go, Necro doing his job. So, the first time I did this, I tried to push immediately with Fire Elemental. And Fire Elemental took the tower, and Fire Elemental went to the boss, but my base died. So, I need to focus on defense. I need to make sure that those gargoyles do not destroy my base. Preferably I want to try to avoid harm to the base early on, and then I can start pushing with the Fire Elemental. And when I push with the Fire Elemental, I have to be a little bit careful about those Banshees. There's a Banshee now coming. Yeah, hate those Banshees. But as it happens, see, I have a couple of skeletons now ahead of my Fire Elemental. Banshee possesses a skeleton, and that's exactly what I want to see happen. Banshee possesses a skeleton, means that Fire Elemental gets to move on. Life is good. Life is just perfect. Now there's Gargoyle coming, but I have sufficient time. I can get my Necro out there, and Necro will help defend that. That should not reach the base, right? Yeah, doesn't reach the base. Well, Batrider managed to do some bad things there, but it's still totally fine. It's still totally fine. And look at that Fire Elemental. The downside is that Fire Elemental actually will eventually die if everything is just going to be able to shoot at it from the air. So you need to drop some safe pilots on those. Otherwise you're just going to face a huge death ball. Although that death ball you can also safe pilot it away. They will all die to safe pilot anyway, so it's fine. But that Fire Elemental, yeah. Fire Elemental, some harpies, and boom. Second boss goes down. The second boss is the hardest one because of all the gargoyles and everything. Now that we get to the third boss, and boom, we're dropping the Fire Elemental of Doom over here. I typically want to use a safe pilot to take out those Murlocs, and I do that again here. Now safe pilot took out the Murlocs. We have activated the boss, and the boss didn't get to bloodlust a lot of stuff because there wasn't anything for it to bloodlust here, so that's important. And now Fire Elemental starting to move on. But I still need to defend the other flank, so getting some necromancers out there, using those skeletons to tank. The skeletons are falling though, and actually there's quite a lot of damage coming in, so I need another Fire Elemental, and boom, some AoE damage. Was surprisingly close there. That wasn't a lot of fun. But be that it may, we now have Fire Elementals pushing on the left, on the right, and it's starting to look pretty good. The base is no longer in immediate danger, because there's Fire Elementals everywhere. Nothing is going to get past those. And obviously if there are harpies, Fire Elemental cannot shoot at the harpies, so then I would need to use something like a safe pilot to protect myself. But other than that, Fire Elementals will take down the bosses. And one boss falls. But now the waterfalls are still up, so I have to turn this arrow so that my Fire Elemental doesn't just walk into the waterfall and die. Because that's what happens if the minis go to the waterfalls before all the 3 initial boss heads are down. So now I have to send everything to the left flank. Fire Elemental also tanking that boss like a boss. I mean, it's resistant. Look at that lightning. Thunder and lightning does nothing to a Fire Elemental. Alright, so we have 3 Fire Elementals coming from that side. All the boss heads are down. And still 1 minute 30 to go before overtime. So everything's looking good. The base can defend itself against those. We have Necro killing these harpies, and we have the Fire Elemental death ball. And look at the boss hopelessly trying to lightning again. Ah, Fire Elemental. Oh, one head is down. Second head. Fire Elementals, Necros, Shamans. It's down. Third head. Third head is like, hey, here's some poison. Fire Elementals are like, yeah, who cares? And third head goes down. And that's full Golden Sylvanas at 3.1 levels below the dungeon difficulty. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.